Cool, so we can shit on them, but shorty generous. She wanna pack her little friends inside the 4-door. Looking at the S, cause you the shit, but shorty in the old class on it. She know how I'm coming by it. In the height of slavery, I probably slapped the shit out of one of them little white boys. They ever tried to play with her. Probably lose my life, but shit, I proudly take their love. Simply cause I live for you. I love you like one of my kind, let it cake. You know I care for you. Think I'm funny, anything to put a smile on you, shorty. Shorty such a queen, she got me singing Elvis like the king. I can't help falling in love with something like that. What's going on, y'all? It's your main man 5, and I'm back with another album reaction for you. I know you guys have been asking, and I know you guys are excited, so we're gonna get right into this video without talking too much. Today I'm gonna be checking out my very first Sleep Token album, and you guys asked me to take the journey because you want to hear my breakdown on how the story connects as an overarching theme. So I'm going to be starting at Sundowning, which is something that I've been seeing y'all dropping in the comments like crazy. So I hope you're excited. This is a big deal, and I'm excited. I hope y'all enjoyed that lore video that I posted on YouTube. I hope that you liked my interpretation of it and some of the things that I had to share about it. But we're going to focus on this, and this is a good video to start with. So the very first song on the album is called The Night Does Not Belong to God. Let's get right into it. I love this guy voice. That's a beautiful one right there. Let me hear the transition. I think that was a dope one. I like the fact that it's something that was straightforward, but something that was very emotionally evocative. I like the fact that it talked a little bit about the experience of, hold on one second. Because y'all know when I listen to these songs for the first time, I always like to read the lyrics to make sure I'm digesting what's being said. I just like the perspective and the oh shit. Sorry, my bad, I got a text. But I like the perspective that the song is coming from. I love the somber tones of it. I love the fact that it gives like a energy of a gloomy vibe, like a melancholy vibe, but also like a a sense of hope, like a sense of understanding in a situation. But I wanna before I start talking too much about the music and getting into the big story, I want to hear some more of the music just to hear kind of where it's going and see how it connects. That's going to be the most interesting part of it for me. Because if I just stop and talk for 10 minutes about every song, this would be a super long ass video. So we're gonna keep going. The next song is called The Offering. This music is fire.
You are a garden entwined with all. You are the silence on sacred shores. You've got diamonds for teeth, my love. So take a bite of me just once. I want to turn the page once again. Take a bite. This is an offering in your favor, a sacrifice in your name, but I know you've got a taste, so just take a bite of me. Turn the page once again.
So like, hold on. I just want to pause. So make sure y'all comment down below. Always let me know if I'm on the right track. The vibe that it's kind of given is, this is that moment. Like, I know you guys were talking a lot in the comments about the deity sleep that y'all said he met in a dream, or you know, y'all told me about that. Is this song, The Offering, kind of, it feels like him coming from a perspective of this is his interaction and him letting like that deity know, like, I'm willing to submit myself. I'm willing to be fully submerged and fully immersed in your influence. I want to be of service to you and your higher calling, your higher purpose for what it is you want me to do. So I just want you to know that I'm willing to sacrifice. Well, I'm willing to make myself a sacrifice for what it is that you're trying to spread, the message. Let me know if I'm kind of on the right track with that. Because it kind of seems like this song is coming from the perspective of being inside of a dream, you know? And I if I remember correctly, the comments were saying this was a deity that he met inside of a dream. So that kind of feels like this is coming from the perspective of that experience. I like the fact that it has a biblical theme. It's like giving something that this is like a god to him, you know, like something that, well, you know, a deity is a god, etc. But what I'm trying to say is I love the fact that it's giving like biblical terminology to give it new life. It's talking about stuff like, you know, and you are a garden intertwined with all. You are the silence on sacred shores. I like the fact that it's given like a Adam and Eve-esque type of energy. Like, do y'all remember when God came down after Adam got influenced to bite the apple, and he came down and walked through the garden and was just like, where are you? Reveal yourself to me. And Adam came out and he was embarrassed for the first time of not even knowing what embarrassment was, he was like, I'm too afraid to show myself to you. I'm naked. And he's just like, who told you naked? It's like that experience. Like he was inside a dream and he met and heard the perspective and the, I'm trying to give the right way of saying it. He met and learned the perspective that this deity was coming from and what the message was. And it was something that he's like, damn, I can get behind that. You know what? I'm in full support of that, and I'm willing to give all that I am for the bigger picture. That's kind of what it's giving me, but comment down below and let me know if I'm on the right track.
Say goodbye.
They be losing their minds on these instruments. Damn. This make me all want to go to a concert and hear the music live. That's hard. So I feel like even with the first two songs, I'm kind of getting where it's going. I'm kind of getting that this song is just about his experience of meeting that deity and what submitting himself to that experience and fully immersing himself into the worship of this deity is going to be like moving forward. So I feel like this is kind of setting a precedent of where the future albums are going. But the next one is called Levitate.
I can lift you up. Your body is mostly blood.
Oh, I love the melody of this one.
Like water, a perfect flood.
Yeah, I like this one.
Engulfing me again. And I can tell you won't remember my cracking bones, the trauma we can't regrow. Just as you leave again, no. Will you levitate up where the angels inhabit? Will you levitate where I won't reach you? And we imitate
Yeah, I love this one so
the
far.
story of perfect days, a ballad we fabricate as you forget your words again. No. And is that all you need to merely pretend to be falling in love with me, forgetting the agony again? Will you levitate? Will you levitate?
Come on. Come on.
Will you levitate?
That's a beautiful song. Anyway, I like how emotionally evocative that song is. I love the fact that it feels like loss. It feels like, let me see if I can paint some kind of scenario. Just from the lyrics, let me pull them back up. Levitate. It just feels like being like extremely close to somebody and losing them to circumstance. Like something where having such a deep love for somebody, and let's say hypothetically somebody that you love, like a parent or a spouse or even your child, and you lose them and they die, or they go through certain health situations that makes it impossible for them to, in a physical sense, I mean, it makes it impossible for you to make sure that they feel your love. It feels like they've gone to a place that's kind of beyond understanding, something that's kind of beyond a presence that can be felt in a physical form. It's not a tangible thing anymore. It's like so many different ways that you could take it, but it gives one of those songs that have like a somber tone, but it's beautiful. It gives you a feeling of reminiscence, a feeling of longing, a feeling of wishing that you could go back to that time where you were able to feel close to the person that you loved. And I know sometimes people try to give speeches about how important it is to take things for what they are, or it is what it is, or you can't get emotionally connected overly with. But that's easier said than done. I think it's not easy to let go of things that emotionally impact your life. And I love the fact that his songs come from a perspective of being written in ways that can be left to the interpretation of the listener. It's not something that's just fully applicable to one central theme. It's something that will give everybody a different thing. And that's the beautiful thing about music. If it's a song that's written perfectly, it could be written one way, but it could take 1,000 people 1,000 different directions. So to me, it just feels like longing. It feels like a song about loss, about not being able to feel close to somebody that you love, whether the circumstances or whatever it is. But that's kind of the energy I give. Comment down below and let me know what y'all think. But so far, that's my favorite one. The melody, the instrumentation is just beautifully done. The next song is called Dark Signs.
Where I was raised, there wasn't no street lights, just pitch black and passing headlights. Where we met, there must have been dark signs, omens in your skies. Most days you reach for safety, remain calm, forget that you know me. When we met, I could see dark signs, alarm bells in your eyes. And I miss the man I was, the moment we left. And I hate who I have become. Every time I wake
See, that's a song that I feel like is very close to a lot of people. What that song feels like to me is just a story of somebody that comes from humble beginnings. And that can mean a lot of different things for a lot of people. Like let's say, for example, you come from a troubled childhood where you didn't have a good representation of what good self-love, self-care, and just compassion for the next person feels like. So as you grow older and your circumstances start to change a little bit, you fall in love, you meet friends, you just become your own person as a whole. But the stuff that you carry from childhood can carry a lot of weight into the rest of your life. And it's not necessarily just childhood, but just like experiences that you may have accumulated as you've grown and how they affect who you are as a person. And it's like one of those things where the song feels like, you know, you carry your own sense of baggage, you fall in love, and you recognize that everybody comes from a place where they're carrying something. There's nobody that makes it out of any situation in their life unscathed. So when you come to somebody unhealed and you meet another person that's unhealed, yes, you know, people trauma bond and they fall for each other and they help each other survive through the troubles of what they've been through and the troubles of life moving forward. But when you don't really take the time to focus on yourself and figure out how to better yourself, the moment where things crash and burn, let's say the relationship doesn't work out, or the people you had so much love for, like let's say that levitate and dark signs go together, right? When you have something where all of your happiness and all of your peace is tied into your connection to somebody, and then something happens, maybe they don't even just die, but they leave your life and you're not what you once were. You're kind of left with all of the broken pieces. It's like holding a glass and then you just drop it and now you left to pick up all of the pieces and see where they fit. Well, you never really took the time to heal yourself and figure out how to get past all of the trauma that you've dealt with. It makes it harder for you to accept who you are as a person. And that's a terrible life to live. I'm sure that we all deal with that sometimes in one way or another, because everybody has experiences that lead them to not always make the best decisions or not always love themselves the way that they should. And I think that song kind of touch on how sometimes you overlook things that you see just for the sake of needing to be loved. That's why I love that background vocal. I might bend to my need to be loved and the need to be loved by somebody. That's the biggest thing. When that's something that you're not used to, you take it from a lot of unhealthy places. You can see dark signs, you can see red flags, whatever you want to call it. You can see that in somebody and still overlook them because they're giving you something that you don't give yourself. So I think that song kind of just ties heavily into the theme of what comes on the back end of not showing yourself compassion. That's kind of what I take away from it. But the next song is called Higher.
You say you won't begin again. Capitulate and let me in, 'cause I am a fire and you are dry as bone. You are taking your time, you are killing me slow, and I know we instigate, go back and forth and lacerate, 'cause you can remember only when you're alone. I am granting you more than the debt that I owe, 'cause I look for scarlet and you look for ultraviolet. We are exhausted by all this pretending we just can't
See, this is what I'm talking about. That's my bad. It gets me excited when I talk about stuff like this. That's what I meant, though. This song feels like a direct, This song feels directly connected to Dark Signs. If Dark Signs, in theory, is about what I thought it was about, as far as tethering yourself to somebody without emotionally healing yourself, and you ignoring everything that comes with them because you just have an insatiable need to be loved and felt by somebody. Everybody wants to feel loved and seen. This song feels like what it's like inside the relationship that he's talking about in Dark Signs. When you ignore all of the red flags, you're taking danger in. This song kind of feels like a rock version of Love the Way You Lie, if that makes sense. I'm not going to dive too deep into that, but if you know, you know. This just seems like a toxic relationship where y'all both feel toxic to each other. Neither one of you trusts each other. Neither one of you know how to express how you truly feel and be in a healthy relationship, be in love. This just seems like a relationship between two people that don't coexist well. That's the energy I'm getting. Let me know what y'all think. I love that. I feel pretty spot on. I'm not gonna lie, I'm confident about that. The song just gives the vibe of a couple that are on complete opposites of the spectrum. And that's like, that ties into a lot of different factors of any relationship that you have. You could be arguing with a sibling, you could be arguing with a parent, you could be arguing with a spouse. It's just one of those things where you have this relationship. I mean, this song is definitely about like a toxic relationship, but it's coming from the perspective of, we don't know how to meet in the middle. Everything that you need is the complete opposite of what I need. But that also comes with, like I said in Dark Signs, not taking the time to heal your own self to be able to learn and grow into the level of maturity to be able to see things from the other point of view. When you are in a space of just speaking from anger and living in a space of selfishness and only wanting to understand your perspective and where you come from, it makes it hard for you to coexist in a relationship because you don't care to know where they're coming from. Everything that they need, you're not willing to understand because it's not what you need. And I feel like that leads to nowhere fast. That's like something where you're just inevitably going to run off of the rails. And I think that's a situation that a lot of people can resonate with. I like the fact that it's given like different themes, but it's showing like a common theme throughout. I like the fact that it's kind of given the energy of explaining, his experiences like with meeting sleep and etc., but also giving the opposite narrative of what his real life experiences tie into and why it made it such a powerful moment for him to meet a deity that he can have faith in, or meet something that gives him a sense of purpose in any kind of way. Because I say to my wife all the time, regardless of if you believe what somebody has faith in, I'll never disparage somebody's faith, because if you found something in this life of pain that brings you peace, you deserve to be able to hold on to that for everything that is worth. Like I was talking to you in the last video about, I read the 4 agreements and he was talking about some stuff that I agree. I've always said, if hell is in the afterlife, we're experiencing hell on earth already. So it's really preparing you for it. This is one of those things where the world's dream leads to, if you read the 4 agreements, then you know what I'm talking about. But the world's dream leads people to feel burned out, depressed, overwhelmed, misunderstood, angry, all of those things above, because the world wants you to fit into a mold that depletes you of all individuality. It depletes you of all self-joy and personal understanding. It depletes you of things that make you seek a higher purpose. And it leaves people feeling exhausted. So it's one of those things where, regardless if I agree with what you have to say or what it is that you believe in, whether that's God, Allah, Buddha, whatever, I'm not gonna hate on it, because everybody needs something to believe in, something that you have faith in that gives you a sense of purpose to keep going on those days when it's hard to get out of bed. And I like the fact that it shows that. The first song title is "The Night Does Not Belong to God." That in itself gives a sense of overwhelmness, like a feeling of being overwhelmed and not knowing how to speak about it. You know, the offering, having his experience with meeting the deity, and then giving like some of his personal experiences about what levitate means to him in his personal life. And then dark signs about how he doesn't know how to properly coexist in life because he doesn't have the internal strength and the mental fortitude to be able to fight through his own shit. I like the fact that it's given the duality of what it's like to find faith in something on top of trying to conquer your own demons. That's kind of what I'm getting from it so far. But the next song is called "Take Aim." I like that. Sing. He killed this. Hold on. I want to hear that one live. Yeah, y'all get it now. Now, you know, I'm not really telling you guys anything that you don't know. I'm sure you guys have seen reactions to this album already, and you've listened to it a bunch of times on your own and whatever. But I'm glad that you guys took the time to come and experience this with me for the first time. It just keeps digging deeper into the theme that I told you I'm taking away from it. Take Aim just feels like the aftermath of a song like Higher. Just seems like, you know, the relationship is over and you're dealing with your shit. You know what I'm saying? One of those songs where it's just self-loathing. Not in terms of you hate yourself, but I hate the way that I am because it's keeping me away from my love. This seems like one of those things where you're just yearning for that love to come back home again. You just want to be able to be the person that's worth being close to. A person that's worthy of the love that you found in that person. I love the lyrics when it said, "I want you to call out my name like a battle cry." It's deep, man. I'm feeling these songs so far, and I love the fact that they're filled with so much emotion. It's just coming from a place where you just want to be good enough. You want to feel like you're worthy to be loved. And that's a hard enough journey in itself for anybody. And I know everybody can resonate with that. I can see more and more why people love this band. Not only is the musicality amazing, but the choice of words and the way that he put his lyrics together makes you feel at home in a way that it directly relates to who you are and what it is that you've been through. I'm sure we've all been in that similar situation. The next song is called Give.
Take the dark and carve me out of home. I appreciate when you are all alone. I know how we got here. I know how we got here. I am the shadow, you're a passenger. I am the intake of breath, so sharp, and I know you better. Just wanna know you better. If you wanna give, then give me all that you can give. All your darkest impulses and then if you wanna give me everything, then give it again. I'll tear the fiber from the filament. I'll be the limit of your light again. I wanna taste you better. I wanna taste you better.
Okay.
I will be watching for your enemies to let them know that they can turn with me.
Right.
I wanna know you're out there. I wanna know you're out there. You wanna give me everything again.
I love that one too. The next song is called Gods. I just love the fact that he's given so many emotions and moments surrounding relationships. I love that he's given interpretations of what it's like to think in solitude, and also what it's like to be in the experience of trying to coexist with somebody when you're not ready. This is a deep album. Yeah, the next song is called Gods. See, this song is giving a vibe of just him venting. This song where it's like he's angry. He's yelling at the gods for making his circumstances so difficult. I know there's a lot of songs out there, like I make music like this, whereas like, they always say don't question God, but it's just some things that you wonder, if you love us, then why do you make it so difficult to survive? Why do you make the circumstances so hard to make it through? If you love me, why would you put me through the hell that you're making me endure? And, that's coming from a perspective of just needing to grow into finding your own understanding of why things are the way they are, and being able to accept them for what they are and find the beauty in your situation. But, it takes everybody a different amount of time to be able to get to that conclusion. So you can't really judge people for their anger. This is just one of those songs where it literally just feels like he's screaming at the gods, I love the sarcasm in that song. I want to say the satirical themes of it, because it's like it's dark. It's dark in a humorous way, because it's like it's like satirical sarcasm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to bunch those together, because it's one of those things where it's obviously coming from a dark place, because I'm sick of going through all of the things that I've been through. Life has been hell in a lot of different ways. And even though I want to have faith, it doesn't seem like you guys or you or whatever it is that people believe in their specific. But I'm just going off the fact that it's called God's. Why is it that I want to have faith, but nobody shows up to save me from this? But it's satirical sarcasm, because I like the way that he yells out, and it's like, oh, but it's also easy for me though. You know, just carry on. Don't worry about me down here. I'll just continue to go through what I'm going through. It's all fine. I love that it's honest. It's something that a lot of people deal with in their own circumstances. The next song is called Sugar. Yeah, this is hard. See, that's what I'm talking about. I like the way that he writes his songs, because I love the fact that it always uses metaphors that are very layered. Like, just using the term sugar and making a song about addiction, making a song about whether he's talking about addiction to, let's say it could be drugs, or let's say we following the theme of the album, being addicted to pain, being addicted to love and being in love with somebody, being addicted to the feeling of being loved by somebody, you know? I just love the fact that it used sugar as the metaphor, because they always say sugar is the most addictive drug on the planet, something that's damn near impossible to let go of once you develop a taste for it. I love the fact that he has something that's layered in theme. It's something that you can draw it and take it any place you choose to, or take it any place that's applicable to you. That's a very interesting writing style that I feel like gets underrated a lot, especially now. The next song is called Say That You Will. We getting to the end of the album, y'all. We only got 2 more songs left after this. I hope y'all appreciating this video, and I hope y'all enjoying it, just sitting here with me and going through it and experiencing it again, like you're getting an opportunity to listen again for the first time.
Or is that a word to say my love, or just a gesture in tongues? Well, I live to guess your sorrow, and you live to empty my lungs.
Sheesh.
You've got me up in a frenzy again, and I know you're planning to leave in the end.
That's a bar. That is a bar, bro. Won't you say that you will let the impulse to love and the instinct to kill entangle to one? That's a deep bar, bro. Now let me tell y'all why I'm hyped. Now that y'all have sat with me, I'm sure some of y'all have went to go check out some of my other reactions at this point. I don't give like reactions for the sake of just showing fake energy. The reason why I feel like that was so deep is because it draws so deeply into the theme. I like the fact that it's showing just like coming off of Sugar, bro. The songs is like the attention to detail of making all of the songs drag into something that's very cohesive this way is impressing the fuck out of me. Check me out and tell me if there's something that y'all thought of as well. I like the fact that it's also tying into the fact that, you know, you can get addicted to, like I said a few minutes ago, being addicted to just the need to be loved to somebody, being the need to be loved by somebody. When I was listening to Take Aim, I think it was, where he was talking about I might bend to my need to be loved, basically was essentially the line. I love the fact that it's saying, even if that's not how you truly feel, I'm so addicted to the fact that I need to be loved by you that I'll accept the lies from you. Even if you don't truly mean what you're saying, just give me what I need. I need that feeling to keep me full. I like the fact that he uses the metaphors of saying like, I live to guess your sorrow and you live to empty my lungs. It's just something that like being with you literally takes my breath away, and I'll do anything to maintain the ability to be able to continue to feel that feeling. Even if you don't feel the same and it's not genuine, please just give me what I need to survive. And I like the fact that it's kind of like a contradiction. You get life from somebody that empties your lungs. You get what I'm saying? That in itself is a bar. Won't you say that you will let the impulse to love and the instinct to kill entangle to one? I like the fact that that's tying into the fact that everybody just wants to be loved just with no bounds. Everybody wants somebody that's willing to risk it all for your love. Somebody that's willing to, first of all, fall to the baseline of every human's need to be loved by somebody, but also the fact of knowing that this is just as important to you as it is to me. I need to know that you would kill for this love, even if it's not in a literal sense. To know that you will put everything on the line to be here with me, that makes me feel appreciated and loved, because I know that you'll do everything to the same extent that I would do for you. And that's a completely different type of feeling, knowing that it's reciprocal. That's all anybody ever wants, to know that somebody feels and is willing to give everything up for in the same way that you're willing to do for them. This is just a song that's just like crying out to let me, like, please, just say that you'll be that same person that I am for you, or you'll be that person that I need in my life because I don't have that. This is a deep record. My bad if I'm talking a lot. It's just these songs got so much depth to them that I feel like I'd be doing a disservice to not talk about it at all, you know?
Is that a glance in your eye? Is that a blade in your palm? Well, I am yours tonight, so will you lay in my arms? You got me up in a frenzy again. I know you're planning to leave in the air.
That's hard. Y'all been hot in the gym for me. I see what it is. Y'all wanted to keep this to yourself. I respect that. I get it. The next song is called Drag Me Under. I already like the instrumental. That melody is recycled in the Summoning too. See, that's because as y'all know on Patreon, I did a reaction to the Summoning, and that's, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. I love that their record comes from a place of just being in like total awe of somebody. I talked about that a little bit in the reaction for the Summoning. Make sure y'all go check that out. But I talked a lot about that, about like being in love with somebody so much that it feels like, let me rephrase that. I love the fact that it's really just giving that feeling of what it feels like to just have a sense of heaven on earth, to have your own personal peace, to have that feeling found through somebody else. Like just the choice of words of saying like, I know the angels tonight are as lost for words as I am to merely behold you. It's just one of those things where it's saying like how much they cherish you, and your very presence is something that's so beautiful, so angelic, and just a moment to be revered, that God himself had to craft this moment because he know I needed this sense of peace in my life. To have those moments where you know you've been through so much, and this moment right here feels like complete bliss. Those are the moments that make you feel the closest to God. Those are the moments where you feel favored, where it makes you feel like everything that you've been through wasn't in vain, because he gave you a way to have something that fulfilled you for once in your life. And I think that's a beautiful song for that reason. I could go on a tangent about how it's dangerous, but for the sake of what the album is standing for, it has a beautiful meaning. The last song on the album, we almost done, y'all. The last song is called Bloodsport. Let's get right into it.
Burn skin and the heavens just won't open up for be your weakness.
I hear you.
I made loving you a blood sport. I made loving you a blood sport. I made loving you a blood sport. I can't win.
Sheesh.
I made loving you a blood sport. I made. So let's play.
That was psychotic right there. I love that line. I made loving you a blood sport I can't win. So let's play. I love that. I love that. That was beautiful. This album as a whole was just a beautiful thing to go through. And I love the fact that my bad, y'all, I got a storage message, so I'm gonna just wrap it up. You guys didn't disappoint on how impressive this album was. I just love the fact that the themes of it tied in so tightly and so soundly together. It was just something where everything tied into the song before it. Everything landed, in the complete theme of what the album was going for was conveyed in a very emotional way. And I think that's what makes music such a beautiful thing. I like the fact that it really just talks about his personal experiences and finding faith in something bigger than himself, and how that kind of mirrors the circumstances of his own life, all of his shortcomings, all of his personal issues that he deals with, and just being able to learn how to navigate in love, not just with somebody else, but with himself. Being able to find some sense of peace and understanding and why he deals with the things he deals with, why sometimes it feels like love doesn't love him back, and why it's so hard to be loved by somebody when that's all that you've ever wanted. If God is real and he loves us the way he says he does, why does he make life so difficult to be able to bear sometimes? It comes from that perspective. And I just love the fact that all of the themes are something that is so heavily relatable to regular life. And I think that's what makes this band itself a complete gem. I think it really just ties it all in together even better with the fact that you told me that Vessel writes and does all of the instrumentation and music in the studio on his own and brings the rest of the band in for live performances. I think that's really cool, because that shows not just artistic expression, but a lot of faith in going into the process of making it. It's something that's a complete thought and something that's well thought out. And I think that ties in very well with who they are as a band and just kind of the cryptic energy that they come with. This was a beautiful album, and I'm not gonna keep going over the themes because I talked a lot about it throughout the video. So what I want y'all to do is make sure y'all comment down below. Let me know y'all thoughts on the reaction. Let me know some of the themes that y'all took away from some of the songs that I might not have touched on. Or the biggest thing I would want y'all to do is comment down below and let me know what these songs mean to you. What songs are your favorite, or what stands out to you the most, and let me know why. Tell me a story, or tell me just like some type of experiences that you have that make you resonate with this band. I would love to get to know why people love them the way that they do. I have a high amount of respect for the storytelling and the way that they follow through so consistently and so concise with the themes of their songs. It's just something that I feel like we all can resonate. And I really love the what they talked about on Bloodsport. The metaphors that he uses are fire. He said, I turned loving you into a blood sport that I can't win. But fuck it, let's play though. That's just one of those things that regardless of the circumstances and how badly I gotta beat myself up to be here with you, that's just me showing the amount of love and attention and commitment that I'm willing to show to this because of the love that I have. I'm willing to lose myself and sacrifice everything that I have for this. I just pray that you're willing to do the same. And even if you're not, just tell me you will. That's what I'm saying. Every song kind of ties in together in its own special way. So once again, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notification bells so you can stay notified every time we drop a banger like this one. I'm gonna put the QR code to our Patreon right here. Make sure you scan that. We got a reaction to the summoning, and this one here will be up early and complete before it even reaches YouTube. So, you know, if you're impatient like me, make sure you scan this to stay in tune. Shout out to all of our patrons for continuously supporting us and helping us be able to make better quality content the more and more that we go. If you would like for me to continue on the journey, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see me check out some more Sleep Token albums and talk some more about it, get this video to at least 750 likes. If we smash that, I got another album reaction prepared for you, so I'm just waiting on you. I really enjoyed this, and I hope you guys did too. So 750 likes, and we can move on to the next one. We can talk about some more music and, you know, figure some things out. But until next time, I won't talk too much. I go by the name of 5, and I appreciate you guys for tapping in and coming in to support us and everything that we got going on. So until next time, 5. Oh, by the way, if I killed this reaction, drop some 5's in the comments. Make sure y'all drop your 5's in the comments if I smash this. I'll see y'all later.